Taylor Harris having a real impact in that third term. Here we go. Huge quarter of football in the race for the Conference B finals as we start the final term in Alice Springs. McAvoy been busy, gets it off to Downey. First inside 50 for the term is the Blues. Vesio gives it off. McAvoy involved again, tries to get the hands free, feeds it through to Downey. Back to McAvoy, pops it over the top. Prespakis, McAvoy, another look. Flying shot at goal, looks good. It's just across the face, it's still alive. Moody tries to keep it there. Pearce will run it through. Will she? It's still there, and in the end, Birch walks it over. Hard in mouth stuff for the Demon defence. Pearce, straight up the middle. The release kick finds Gay. Gay, tidy delivery. Honours the lead of Jackie Parry. Parry to the wing. Laloifi did it well, read it nicely. The drop of the football took the mark. And they'll look to go laterally and open up some angles. Plain to Pound.
This is what Carlton weren't doing in that first half, isn't it? They're now holding their position. They're holding that width.
Yeah, they've got the game on their terms now, don't they?
Absolutely, and this is the Carlton that we've seen in the first 5 rounds of AFLW this year.
There's Plain, who followed up. Got an awkward bounce. She's under some pressure, needs to keep her feet as Zanka arrives to put the pressure on. Flips it out, was looking for Pound, who then lays a tackle on Zanka. Comes back to Plain, support in the form of Hosking. Rolled the shoulders, got rid of Mithen. Got it back to Pound, who's kicked down the line. Good hands from Vesio.
Well done, Darcy Vesio. As we said earlier, she hasn't had too many disposals in this game, but she's had really pivotal ones at that.
Vesio goes towards Stevens. Through the hands of Prespakis, who follows up, goes to the voice of Dalton. Good rundown tackle from Sheriff. Great defence, Casey Sheriff. Hanks to Pearce. Now McAvoy. Little chip kick is good to Gay. Umpire said not the required distance. Brazzali takes Gay down. Forward 50 for the Blues. Downey, lovely tap. Dalton's got some space, puts it on the boot. Paxman got a hand to it. Pressure came from Stevens. Here's Harris, looks for Vesio. Paxman got a hand in there, tries to get around Stevens, gives it off to Gay. Gay goes for distance, doesn't quite hit the spiral. Laloifi once again reads it well. Floats a kick down the line, misses Brazzali. Can she get there and touch it? She can. It almost runs into the dressing rooms. Good effort there from Lauren Brazzali to get there and touch it before the line. Make sure it's a throw-in, not a Melbourne ball. So Zanka against Downey. Zanka just motioning to the right. It's where she wants to hit it. That's where it ends up. Prespakis. Jess Hosking off her knees to Brazzali. High kick towards 50. Going back with courage was Mithen. It'll spill to Corden. A little handball towards Pearce. Flips it to Paxman. Off a step. Deezy got some numbers through the middle of the ground here. This is O'Day. She'll look up and want to move it quickly. On the bounce into the path of Scott versus Pound. Scott flips it over the top. Paxman kept on running. Spirals it to 50. Awkward bounce. Parry controls it. Can't get an effective handball. Jess Hosking committed the body. Laloifi has got support out the back. It's Plain. Plain off a step. Bounces to the middle of the ground. Prespakis and G. Little toe poke from G in the Prespakis direction. Somehow kept her feet long enough to win the football. G, the look-away handball. Dalton set up Brazzali. Ball spills free. Great pressure from Sheriff. Forces a contest. It's a 3-on-2. Blues have got the numbers. Ball's on the bottom of that pack. And they find a 0-0 draw on what's a very big weekend in Northern Territory footy.
It really is, Jace. This game taking place at Traeger Park for the NTFL Men's Premier League Grand Final, currently in action at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and the Tiwi Islands Grand Final tomorrow.
It's a footy to enjoy in the Territory this weekend, and this is Stevens. Can get it and go. Penetrating kick inside 50. Will it get through to Moody at the back? Birch is tracking it. Paxman gets there first. Manages to get past Vesio and Harris. Great football from Paxman. Delivers to Pearce. And Pearce puts it into the path of Kate Hall. Ball from half back to the wing, almost to the back of the contest. Plain did it well. Goes to Hosking. Wilson's got to be quick. Good tackle from Scott. Forced it free. Dee's lurking now. Here's Egan in best position. She's going to be confronted. Flips a handball. Edwards has got to be quick. She's got Pound in support if she can pick it up. Got it now. Pound kick forward through the hands of Fessio. Got Paxman for company. Can't quite get free, but manages to get the hands loose. Stevens has got Prespakis on the outside. Can use her now. Floats it to Maddie Prespakis. She steps inside Hall. Looks for an option inside 50. Harris, Hosking, sets the feet. Tries to whip it out towards Downey. Downey to Edwards. Got to be quick with the hands. Run down. Egan comes in over the top. Lays a tackle. How will the umpire see it? He'll call for it. Lily Mithen underneath that tackle.
You can tell they're getting a little bit tired, can't you, the Melbourne defenders? Carlton just seemed to have quite a lot of time in that build-up to inside 50.
Plain went straight ahead, won the football, gets it to Prespakis. Generally a good finisher. Can she bend it inside the post? She can! And the Blues open up a buffer in the final term.
Madison Prespakis, how good is this kid? She's up to 22 disposals. Brilliant finish in front of goal. She really does do it everywhere around the ground, from defence to attack. And last year's rising star, yes, but this year, as Nudge says, forget the rising. She is plain and simple just a star.
So finally some return on their investment in this final term, Abs. 7 inside 50s to 1, and Maddie Prespakis with the finish.
Good reward for effort, wasn't it? And it's fitting that it is Maddie Prespakis, because once again, she's leading this disposal count. She's leading this, you know, come from behind in the second half and up to 22 disposals now.
See the live ladder, so much on the line for both these teams. The D's down by 9 points. Can they respond? Lelawifi once again reading it so well. Off to Plain. Blues full of running since half-time. Can the D's respond? Pearce is going to get run down. Great tackle, Georgia G. Not rewarded. Umpire says play on. McAvoy, Egan, Plain. Lelawifi off the back foot. Sheriff's been impressive. McAvoy tries to bust through. Pearce the intercept. Dangerous kick from Daisy Pearce. Downey runs onto it. Paddles towards Egan. Can now use Downey. Downey looks to deliver inside 50. It's partly smothered off her boot. She'll go again. Tried to get it to the outside, but Gay intercepts. Now Paxman, Pearce, some of their veterans getting involved, and she finds Perkins in the middle of the ground. Wants quick movement. Will launch it long to 50. Lelawifi at the front, Scott at the back. Lelawifi goes to ground. Has got plenty of support. It's Plain. Pound hangs onto the football. Wanted someone to come at her. Perkins spins through a tackle. 40 metres out. Open goal square. Bounces right towards the line. Just takes a right angle. And Shelley Scott pushes Pound over and out. D's looking for the quick response with under 7.5 remaining. Chance to set up deep in attack. This throw in will end up back inside the corridor. Perkins against Moody. Perkins, O'Day just dragged down as she kicked it. It was important. It went straight into the arms of Pound. She turns it over through the hands of Emerson. And the Blues live dangerously. Hosking. Plain's been busy, but she leaves it behind on this occasion. It's got Newman for company, gives it off. Wilson. Good hands, releases Walker. Blues can run from half back. Walker pokes a kick in the Harris direction. Cordner will get there first, does well. Wins the football. Paxman under pressure. Tries to go back to Cordner. Umpire said lingering tackle. It's coming back to Paxman for her 26th touch. Paxman goes for distance inside 50. Moody goes back with the fly. Mark will be paid to Shelley Scott. And a chance for the D's to once again close the gap.
It's an important kick for Shelley Scott. We'll have another look at this. Few hands might have been on that one, but she'll take the mark nonetheless. And Lelawifi in defence, she's been sensational in this final term so far, but unfortunately couldn't reflect that mark with Shelley Scott.
Pressure kick here for Shelley Scott. Kick to goal in the second term. Directly in front. 35 out. Starts it right. Misses. Margin back to 8 points. Just over 5.5 remaining. Blues look to be tidy on the way out. This is Wilson in the back pocket. She'll go short, and the kick will just get there before O'Day does. Jess Hosking has it. Hosking goes for distance. Harris in the middle of that pack. It'll spill over the back. Chance for Brazali if she can pick it up. It doesn't quite sit. It's got it now. Chance for Zanka. Put it back into a dangerous position. Lalawifi ran under the football. Newman at the back, beautifully fed a handball to McAvoy. Great tackle from Jess Hosking. Knocked the ball free. Moody's got to be quick. Just gets boot to ball. Floats it into the middle of the ground. Almost a good mark to Tarrant. It spills to Vesio. She'll poke it into space. A one-on-one contest. Walker versus Birch. Arm slipped high. Umpire said play on. He was blindsided. Ball up just inside the square.
It's a good result for Carlton because once again, majority of their forward line players had worked up the ground to help out defensively.
Kate Hoare from the stoppage, quick kick. And working hard to get there and taking the mark was Scott. Gives it off to O'Day. Penetrating kick towards 50 and Perkins will want to play on. Extra 5 metres, might get there, but just rushes the kick and pushes it wide. See the disappointment there for Sarah Perkins as the clock continues to tick. Just over 4 minutes remaining. 8-point lead of the Blues.
They just need to settle a little bit, Melbourne do. They need to, hit up those targets by foot, as we saw them doing in that opening half, and just a little bit more composure when ball in hand.
Lalawifi goes high towards 50. Gay over the top, forces a spillage. Mithen, Hanks, Pearce, looks for an option. Little touch kick to O'Day, who went to play on. And in the end, the mark taken by Pound. I think O'Day might have thought it wasn't the required distance. Pound out towards Harris. Corner at the back. Harris, little hand in there, knocks it forward. Blues have got some numbers. Danger here for the Ds. Brazali can get it and go. Vesio lurking to the left-hand side. Brazali's had 3 bounces. Can just keep on going. Runs to 50. She's going to get run down. Has to release the kick over the head of Walker. Just lost it momentarily. Walker can go off the ground and goal! Blues with the body blow. End-to-end football. Walker gets a second. Margin out to 14 points with just over 3 minutes to play. And Abs, once again, we see the danger. They push up high, the Blues, and if they can get it over the back in the middle of the ground, they are hard to stop.
Oh, on that transition, they are so dangerous. But take a bow, Lauren Brazali. She backed herself in, she took grass, she recognised she had Darcy Vesio to the left, Brooke Walker to the right.
D's have got to go now. Zanka goes off the ground. Hosking. Kate Hoare gets it inside 50, keeps it moving. Here's McAvoy through some traffic, off to Gay, goes for distance. Wilson takes a safe relieving mark at the top of the square.
Time.
You can hear the Carlton bench saying time, just take your time. Chew down the clock. Presparkas spots Egan's got to stand and wait. Pearce arrived. Zanka, Egan, under pressure from Pearce. And again, the Blues will get it out over the back. G the receive, through to Dalton, being tracked by Hanks. Dalton, a quick handball, keeps it moving. But now Gay, Tarrant, Paxman, and the Ds have got to get it and go. This is Zanka. Blues have got numbers back. She's called to go. Stripped of the football by Hosking. And rewarded. Blues will be looking to play some tempo football. Melbourne have got to get this football back, and Pearce takes the intercept mark. They've got to be bold. She's looking for a switch. Realises they've got to open something up and attack here. Hoare takes on Harris. Gains a bit of territory. Awkward looking kick. Vesio once again pushes back. Now Edwards, Dalton, McAvoy. Blues streaming forward in numbers. Harris bounces it to Loynes. Edwards kept on coming, runs to 50. Beautiful kick inside and finds Walker. She can pop a handball over the top. Stevens nudged as she kicks and misses.
Oh, Brooke Walker, she was trying to do the unselfish thing and could see Nicola Stevens on her own in a better position to goal, but probably should have just gone back, taken the time off the clock and slotted that one through.
Here Andy Marr saying slow everything down, and Lucy McAvoy can do just that. She can take her full-time allotment here, take some time off the clock, go back and kick her third goal in league football. She's had 18 possessions after not having a touch in the opening term. Doesn't quite make the distance. It's off hands, it's to the back, and it'll be walked over the line. In fact, I think McAvoy might have been touchless to half-time. She's had 19 since half-time.
That's phenomenal, isn't it? So between Lucy McAvoy, Taylor Harris, Georgia G and Grace Egan, and obviously Press Barkis is always up the top, but between those girls, they really have led this charge since half-time, and they thoroughly deserve this win.
Brazilian over the top of Gay. We've spoken about Carlton's depth, Abby, and how it's grown from within. We've seen evidence of that tonight.
Oh, and just the mix of youth and experience in this Carlton side, it has them sitting pretty for a number of years to come as well.
Quick kick from Hall. Cunningham over the top of Vesio. Lalawifi's been mighty down back for the Blues. Plain to Jess Hosking. Kicks to half forward, and Stevens can hang on to it. And the Blues turn up the heat in the red centre. Carlton win their fourth on the trot, and now they have their sights set on Fremantle in the fight for top spot in Conference B. Melbourne by 8 points at the first change, 8 points at the half. The second half was all Carlton. They kicked 4 goals free to 3 behinds. They kept Melbourne scoreless in the second half to come from 8 points down at half-time and run out 16-point winners. 6-4-40 to Melbourne, 3-6-24 as we head to Georgie.